Gentlelady's time has expired. I now recognize Ms. Ramirez for 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Chairman. Secretary, it's good to see you. I'm going to go straight to the questions because I have a lot of them. Let me start just following up with Congressman Goldman about judiciary. Do you agree that the judiciary is a co-equal branch of government and it is your obligation as a member of the executive branch to honor decisions made by the highest court of the land? Yes or no, Secretary?
We are abiding by all federal judges' orders, absolutely.
So yes, it's a co-equal branch of government. Okay, well, let me ask you a follow-up question to that. Do you agree that Congress is a co-equal branch of government and it is your obligation as a member of the executive branch to honor legislation and appropriations duly authorized by Congress? Yes or no?
Yes, that's why I'm thrilled to work.
Well, let me ask you the follow-up question here because I have a lot of them. Do you agree that Article 1 of the Constitution gives Congress the power of the purse? Yes or no?
What's up, America? Welcome back to Conservative Chronicle, your trusted source for unapologetic truth, freedom first commentary, and a fierce defense of American values. If you love God, country, and the Constitution, then you're in the right place. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell because today we got a firestorm to break down. Now, folks, buckle up because we're going to talk about something that just dropped, a video featuring far-left Congresswoman Delia Ramirez where she flat out accuses South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem of so-called corrupt acts and get this, demand her resignation. Yep, you heard that right. Now, before we dive, and let me remind you who Delia Ramirez is. She's a progressive Democrat out of Illinois, a proud member of the Squad Adjacent Brigade, champion of open borders, bigger government. And yes, the same party that gave us Bidenomics, inflation, and a foreign policy that bows to our enemies. And she wants to come after Kristi Noem, one of the few governors in America who had the backbone to stand tall during COVID, who kept her state free and open when the Fauci cult tried to lock us all down. Yeah. I don't think so. Let's break this down.
No?
Yes, it is a duty.
Do you
of
believe
Congress
that,
to
let
be
me
able
ask
to
you another
appropriate
follow-up,
funds.
it's just yes or no. Do you believe you have the power to disregard congressional appropriations and unilaterally repurpose funds that have been duly appropriated by Congress? Yes or no?
Ma'am, we are not doing that.
So the
We are
answer to
using
you is
dollars
no.
as to
All
how
right,
they
well,
were
it was a yes or
appropriated.
no,
We're ensuring the
Secretary. Let me
programs have
continue. Interestingly, you said no. But since you've been Secretary, you have repeatedly disregarded the law. You have illegally impounded funds that Congress appropriated and that your branch of government must implement pursuant to the law. Yet you've closed offices established in law, including the Office for Civil Rights and Civil Liberties, the Office of the Immigration Detention Ombudsman, the Office of the Citizenship and Immigration Services, and you've canceled contracts for programs authorized in law, including shelter and service programs and citizenship and integration grants. You've obstructed and roughed up members of this committee as they attempted to conduct congressional oversight, and then you vilified them. But my question is, if they were so bad, why were they allowed to go in after to conduct oversight? Let me just continue. You redirected funds to terrorize our communities. You created taxpayer-funded political propaganda campaigns to terrorize families and children who don't sleep at night because of the terror of those commercials that you are putting out there. You hold sick, disrespectful press conferences in my state where, let me be clear, you are not welcome. You corruptly used emergency authority to avoid procurement to make Trump's private prison donors richer by directing $45 billion for them to expand ICE detention centers. You defunded work to address real threats to the homeland, all while you pursued college newspaper editors, labor leaders, and even a Harvard scientist who failed to declare frog embryos at the airport. Clearly, we don't have time for all my questions, so I have 13 pages worth of questions that I will be submitting to the record that I expect you and the administration to answer. But here is my final question to you. When you took your oath, did you swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America? Yes or no?
Yes, I did.
So I find that laughable. You don't behave like someone who takes that oath seriously. And let me tell you why. We don't live in a dictatorship or a monarchy. Trump's will is not the guiding doctrine of this nation, and our country is not a playground for his or your twisted authoritarian fantasies. We are a democracy We defend the Constitution and we affirm the rule of law. We respect the co-equal branches of government and we uphold our rights, even when we disagree. The foundation of our nation is based on a core set of constitutional rights upon which our prosperity, our pluralism, and our peace depend on it. You, however, have been leading this work for 116 days. And in that time, you have profiled and dehumanized our neighbors. You've betrayed our constitutional commitment to due process. You've deported United States citizens. You've undermined the courts. You've broken the law. You've engaged in corruption, and you've weaponized the immigration system to violate civil rights. As Senator Murphy perfectly stated, your department is out of control, but you're responsible. You have betrayed the sacred fundamentals of your oath. And I believe to my core that you are not fit to hold the office. And I again, to your face, demand your immediate resignation. And I put it and place it on the record for all of us to see. With that, Chairman, I yield back.
Generally yields. Mr. Gabarino is recognized.
Thank you, Chairman. Madam Secretary, thank you so much for being here today. I'm the chairman of the Subcommittee on Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Protection, so I work with CISA a lot.
So in this video, Ramirez claims Kristi Noem is guilty of corruption. She throws around accusations, no real proof, no court rulings, no hard evidence, just dramatic talking points and emotional appeals. Now listen, folks, if there were real crimes here, we'd want answers. That's what the rule of law is for. But what we're seeing is not justice. It's political theater. It's the same playbook the left uses every time a strong conservative woman rises in the ranks. Sarah Palin? Attacked. Marjorie Taylor Greene? Attacked. And now Kristi Noem, who, let's not forget, is being floated as a potential VP pick for Donald J. Trump in 2024. This isn't about integrity. It's about intimidation and character assassination. Let me ask you this. America, where was Delia Ramirez when Hunter Biden's laptop dropped? Where was the outrage over classified documents stashed in Joe Biden's garage next to his Corvette? Where was the demand for resignation when Democrat mayors were literally caught in pay-to-play schemes? They don't care about ethics. They care about eliminating political threats. Let's be honest here. The Democrats see Kristi Noem as dangerous. Not because she's corrupt, but because she's popular, articulate, and fearless. She's everything they can't control. You know what Kristi Noem did during the pandemic? She trusted the people. She refused to shut down businesses. She didn't play dictator like Gavin Newsom or Gretchen Whitmer. And guess what? South Dakota didn't fall apart. It thrived. Freedom worked. And that, my friends, is why they hate her. These accusations are just another attempt by the radical left to kneecap conservative leadership ahead of the 2024 election. They know the red wave is building. They see that America first isn't going away. So they're trying to tear down the warriors who stand in their way. Let's call this what it is: desperation. Delia Ramirez and her crew are terrified of momentum that people like Kristi Noem represent. It's the same reason they keep indicting Trump. It's the same reason they want to pack the courts, federalize elections, and rewrite history. When the left can't win the argument, they try to destroy the person. They smear, they cancel, and they try to silence. But we see through it, and we're not backing down. So to Delia Ramirez, I say this: if you have real proof, present it in court. Until then, don't insult the intelligence of the American people with baseless slander. To Governor Noem, stand strong. You've got millions of patriots behind you who believe in liberty, faith, and the Constitution. We know you're not perfect, no leader is, but we see the games being played here, and we're not falling for it. And to you, fellow patriots watching, this is a time to wake up and stand up. Don't let the radical left dictate who gets to lead this country. Speak out. Share the truth. Defend those who dare defend America. Because this country isn't theirs to destroy. It belongs to we the people. If you agree with this message, hit that thumbs up, share this video, and drop a comment below. I stand with Kristi Noem. And don't forget to subscribe to the Liberty Ledger for more real talk and fearless commentary. Until next time, stay strong, stay free, and God bless America.